Alright, welcome back to circuit number 10 in my SparkFun Inventors Kit series. So this time, what we've got is this guy. It kind of looks like the flex sensor. It's like a thin, flexible strip, but what this is called is a soft potentiometer. So you remember the potentiometer we used before was a dial. This one is called a soft one because it's like thin and flexible, and it varies the resistance based on basically where you push down on the potentiometer here. So then it varies the resistance, of course. So we're going to use that to control the color of this RGB LED. So that should be pretty interesting. And then we're going to need these wires. We've got 9 of them. And then some resistors. We've got one 10,000 ohm, 3 330 ohm resistors. We'll hook that all up, see how it looks. Here's our circuit all set up. It was fairly easy to do. Lots of wires, just don't confuse the resistors, and obviously make sure you put that RGB LED in the right way. If you remember from a previous circuit, the pins are in a certain order. Basically, the red one is beside the long one and the one that's all by itself. So if you remember that, you can put it in easily and hook up all the wires. It's easier also to use color-coded wires, red, green, blue, one for each color. That way you don't forget. Now let's plug this in and load up a program. Alright, I've got circuit 10 loaded up in the Arduino IDE here, so why don't we take a quick look. Shouldn't be too difficult here, I hope. So we've got some constants set here for the pins of the LED. One for red, green, and blue, obviously. And then our sensor pin is set to 0. And then we have some values to set the red, green, and blue values of the light. So we don't need any setup. Hey, alright, why? Because we've got these pins already set up as outputs, so that's going to be done in our write function there. So for our loop, we're going to need a sensor value, which is just what we read from the soft pot or soft potentiometer, and then we're going to set that value that we read. So in our function to set it here, we have to map the values so that they meet the range of the RGB LED. So RGB is usually in the range of 0 to 255, so you can see we've got it mapped here, and then we constrain it here. So we're going to do that and then use some funky calculations here, get our RGB values, and then just write them to the pin. So it's not too difficult really here, and maybe just figuring out exactly what's going on here, but it's really not that hard if you just take a quick look. But if you can't figure it out, you can just copy and paste this into your own code and work it as easy as that. So I'm going to upload this and let's take a look. With our program loaded up here, you can see that our RGB is already glowing red, so that's ready to go. So I'm just going to bend this a little here so you can see where I'm squeezing. So we'll start at the bottom. It just changes slightly to yellow, and then as we move up it gets more in yellow, and then we're going to get to green. There's green. Oh, we're pretty close to the top here already. And then we're going to get into blue and purple. Wow, that switched really fast. So I guess it's really sensitive near the end here. Let's see. Wow, getting blue is hard, apparently. There we go. We got a nice blue and purple. When I squeeze it all the way at the end here. Wow, this is really hard to control. I don't know if it's something to do with the potentiometer or just the way the program is run, to be honest. But you can still control the colors. Anyway, this can also be used, this potentiometer here, soft potentiometer, can be used like a button too. You can just have someone push it. But that's no fun. It's more fun to use it kind of in this analog way, where you can change a bunch of things based on the variable resistance there. So yeah, that's it, and I'll see you in the next circuit.